Hi everyone, and I just want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and also thanks to all my old subscribers. Anyone that contributes to the channel, watches my videos, leaves comments, I really do appreciate it. I am a small YouTube channel, and I know that obviously I make videos about like more counselling topics, coaching topics and things, so every single subscriber I really do appreciate, because I know that YouTube is full of like funny, like entertaining, and health makeup, all sorts of things. So the fact that you're choosing to pass by, leave your comments, subscribe, I do value that. So something I want to talk about here is what I've just made a live video across on my Facebook page. So you can head on over to there, which is, I've made this video actually on my personal page, Marianne Hanson, but I will be sharing it to my business pages, which are Coach Marianne Hanson and NU Journeys Counselling. So I watch a program that comes on in the UK. So some of my overseas subscribers won't know this program at all, but it's called Celebs Go Dating. Now what you can do is you can go on YouTube and type it in, and there will be clips of this show, so you'll be able to see bits of it. And the whole purpose of the show is for celebrities to go to a celebrity dating agency. It's all a bit fake, it's not real, genuine. I don't think they're there looking for love, some of them might be, and to be paired up with people who are non-celebs, go on a date and then hopefully find love. That's the whole idea. And in the show there was a young woman, she wasn't that young, there was a woman called Bubala, and she's from Hungary or from the Czech Republic or somewhere Eastern European, beautiful woman, and she was quite powerful. So you know when someone walks into a room and they've got like presence, she dressed well, she was in good shape, beautiful woman, so if you saw her you'd definitely take notice. So the good thing about that is that she started off holding a lot of power because she demanded attention, and all of the other celebrities within the agency, the male celebs, were interested in her. You know, they would give her 10 out of 10. They were all thinking, I hope she gets paired with me. She was being pursued by a particular man, and he was intrigued by her, and you could tell by his body language and his facial expressions that he was really interested in this woman. Now what I'm going to do is tell you the ending at the end of this video, so keep watching, because what I want to talk about in between is the way that we give away our power. And this is what this woman did, and that's what ended up her story, which I'll tell you about. So the first way that we give away our power is to reveal our feelings too early, and also when the man hasn't told us how he feels about us. So I'm not being sexist here, because I know some people are going to be saying it's personal choice. You know, I'm quite old-fashioned and traditional in my values. So I believe a man should ask a woman out. I believe a men should hold doors open for women. I would give a man compliments, and I have done, and I do think it's fine to go back and forth. However, in certain situations, if you don't know how someone feels about you, and especially if it's just in the initial stages, the first few dates, I don't think you should go over the top saying how much you're into them, how much you like them, because you are giving your power away, and that's a man or a woman, to be fair, because you're letting them know all these wonderful things, how you feel about them, and they're just sitting there quietly taking it all in. And what you're doing is saying to them, you don't have to impress me because I'm already into you. You know, it's only a few dates, so really all you're basing it on is how they've treated you over the last few hours. You know, you don't probably know enough about them to be saying that, you know, how wonderful they are. So, and it's also ego. If someone hears you giving them praise after praise, compliments, and saying all really nice things, they know they've got you where they want you. So I think you just have to be mindful of it. It's fine to give compliments, but just don't go overboard, not too soon, too early. The second thing that we do really is start thinking about a future with the guy after one date, acting like, you know, he's the one, telling all your friends about him, investing a lot into the person. This is phone calls, time, effort, energy. I know people who are not even exclusive with people, but they'll do someone's washing for them, or they'll buy them gifts. I had an ex that told me he wanted me to buy him this like really expensive piece of jewellery, and I'm like, it cost about £150. Now, I'd only been dating him for, we wasn't even, it'd probably been 6 months. It wasn't even that long, actually, maybe 3 months. I'm not going to be, it's not about the cost. It's not even about the cost of the gift. It's about the principle of him asking me to buy him some big expensive jewelry. He, at this point, I don't even think he'd given me maybe a card, hadn't paid for a meal. So, you know, you're not going to put in a big order for something. And for some women, they're going to buy it for him because it's their way of saying, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'm showing you my love and stuff. And he turned around to me and said, he can find another girl to buy it for him. And I said, well, go and ask that girl to buy it for you then. You know, you don't let people hold you to ransom, you know, by saying that if you don't do A, B and C for me, then you're no longer going to be loved by me, or you're not going to be in my circle. And that's kind of what we do sometimes. We do too much, we invest a lot, this person hasn't told you that you're exclusive with them, this person hasn't given you much, not financially or materialistically, but they're going to keep, then emotionally, the biggest way that men can take our power away is for you to tell them that you love them, for you to tell them how you feel about them, and for them to say nothing. Because what they're doing there is they don't want to tell you they love you back, because that makes them feel vulnerable. But also they don't want to say they're not interested, because then you're going to obviously go somewhere else. So they keep you there, you're just guessing. And it's called lack of emotional immaturity, because if you're in a relationship with someone, or you're building towards that, you should be open and honest. And if it is just sex that you want, say to the person, I'm only interested in sex, that's where I'm at. And they can then make the decision to stay or to go. But anyone that does not reveal anything at all in terms of feelings, don't waste your time with them, because it just shows a lack of emotional respect as well. Just be respectful to people, tell them how you feel. The third thing that we do as women to give away our power or lose our power is to sleep with a guy too early, mostly because we think it's going to keep the guy there. We don't want them to go and sleep with someone else. We just in the moment, you know, feel horny or whatever it is. Do you know what? If as a human being, if you're an adult and you two consenting adults, you can do what you want to do. If you don't lay expectations of someone or what you expect from them, then they're going to take whatever they're going to take. You know, as human beings, if you've been on a date one time with someone, or you've only known them a few months, and for you that's enough for you to be intimate with someone, then that's fine, because maybe you want that sexual freedom, or maybe it's no big deal. But then whatever the consequences of that, you then have to also accept that as well. You can't sort of sleep with someone and then afterwards say, well, you've used me and you've ghosted me and you slept with me and dumped me, because you didn't put any expectations in place. You didn't say to that person, if we do become intimate, that means we're a couple, or blah, 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 which it wouldn't be natural to say that anyway. So what you've got to do is just be empowered as a person, have your values, your standards, your expectations, regardless of the person. I don't care who's in front of me. You know, it could be, people might not know this person, they might do. Morris Chestnut, you know, he's a hunk. It could be anyone could be in front of me. My standards are still going to be the same, because that's what I expect and how to be treated. So I'm not going to move the goalposts because of the person and the sweet talking that they give him. So the fourth and final way is, like I've said, not commanding respect from a person by not saying what you expect. People normally are not usually, because we don't necessarily lay down what our boundaries are, people will always take advantage, or sometimes they will, when it comes to the early stages of dating, because they know what they want. If their final outcome is just to have sex with someone, or their final outcome is to have a free meal be bought for them, or to have gifts being spent on them, they'll say anything they need to say to get that. And we as women, and I've been there myself, a compliment, flirting, touching, doing things like sorting your car out for you, you know, coming round and doing some DIY. Men know what they need to do to get you on side. I've got 4 brothers and I've seen them in action. So what we need to be doing is to be more mindful and aware that just because someone say something doesn't mean that it's true. Facts go with action, not just with talking. So what happened in this case with the young woman I spoke about in the beginning, Bubala, is that she went on the date. The guy said all the right things to her. She started falling for him, but he was making out that he was really interested in her. I mean, the chemistry between them and the body language, and even I was thinking, oh, this looks good. Then he slept with her and then he dumped her. She was not expecting that because she turned up to meet him looking really good, and then he ended up saying, I don't want to go any further with this. She just felt embarrassed, but she handled it in a classy way. But what can you do? What can you actually do when you have invested? You start to fall for someone. You think it's going somewhere because they've led you to believe that, they've led you on, and then they sleep with you and dump you. Then there's nothing you can do. All you can do then is just learn from it, move on. But it changes that person then, because they start to think, well, I can't trust another person. If he was so genuine with me and he still ended up treating me like that, how can I put my trust in another person? But we should never think like that, because even if one person out there treats you badly, it doesn't mean that all men are going to be like that. And that's kind of the work I do with my clients when I'm counselling. Judge people based on them as individuals, and don't close your heart off because someone has hurt you or damaged your heart. No one's going to get me to that stage. You know, if they've acted irresponsibly, cheated, didn't value you as a person or whatever they did, then that's their problem. That says more about them and their character than it does about other guys. I'll always be open to other men, because I just think we should never say all men are the same, all women are the same. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me if you've watched the show, what you think about it, if you saw what happened. Let me know your thoughts on what I've discussed. And please feel free to leave any comments. Feel free to share this video and to subscribe if it's something that you enjoy, if you like the discussions on here. And have a great afternoon, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.